All right, y'all. So the We Ain't Buying It boycott has begun. And if you're not familiar, this boycott targets three main companies. It targets Target, which if you're black, you should have already not been spending your dollars at Target. It also targets Home Depot and Amazon, which I haven't been spending at Amazon since the top of the year. I also think that we need to be thinking beyond just this moment. I personally am pretty irritated that this boycott is so short. I think I stated that in an earlier video. Economic empowerment is a team sport. We have to work together on this. But much like in regular sports, right, you have to also tend to your own stats, which means you have to operate inside of the value system that you have. For me, that means it feels good to opt out of companies whose values don't align with mine. But it also feels good to spend with small businesses. It feels good to spend with local businesses. It feels amazing to spend with black businesses. So this is a part of my value system, and this is how I spend my dollars. I mentioned that because I think it's important that we understand that these, like, we've spent so much time focused in on creating legislation that legislates our basic humanity, that we have been distracted from sound fiscal and economic policy, which is part of how we are here today where we are, right? And so meanwhile, they've created or allowed for these monopolies to be created, which means that it is increasingly difficult to boycott companies because they're all intermingled and connected and tied together. But we still got to do it brand by brand, big business by big business, while we make legislative changes. And so I think it's important that you remember, right, that as a part of this team, that where you spend your money is a reflection of your value system. And that whether you know it or not, whether you agree to it or not, is irrelevant. Your spending is a political statement. It is cultural, and you should be strategic in where and how you spend, and understanding that these folks that are ultra wealthy, they are strategic in where they spend. So boycotts, they are great, they're necessary. I'm participating. But boycotts are not enough. We also have to build parallel markets. And what that means is that we have to build businesses that provide the services and the products that we need, buy from those businesses, and sustain those businesses. We cannot complain about a system and still keep feeding it. Buying and supporting and sustaining and building small businesses is hard work. It is a team sport, and I want to encourage you to play your part.